Merry meet and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and this is a general reading for all signs for today, March the 19th, 2023. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating on YouTube today are the lovely Rachel and the lovely Lieri, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you to everybody for joining us for this general reading for all signs. I'm reading with this lovely Le Tarot Noir, the Black Tarot, French Tarot deck, modern recreation of the ancient tarot of Marseille. Let's purify with this Vervain by L'Occitane. 3 sprays in this room. My favorite commercial Van. You can find out information about purchasing these products in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. This is a general reading, as I said, for all signs for today, the 19th of March 2023, going out to everybody, whether you're watching live or on a restream. It does go out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, disregard it, because it's probably just not meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. You can find the restreams for all of those on my YouTube channel, also on my website, ariels-corner.com/zodiac. ariels-corner.com/zodiac. I don't read with card reversals, so you'll see me flipping those cards right side up. It's just my style of reading. If you'd like to give us a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga. paypal.me/arielgatoga. We don't have super stickers or super chats yet on our YouTube channel. Those are coming soon. We're too new for that. So right now, you can just donate by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. It's an affiliate store where we have all of these tarot decks that I read with, and we get a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support, but mostly we just appreciate that you're here. So if you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you always know when we're here. Now, if you're on Twitch, make sure you follow us on Twitch. And you know you can watch all of our videos on Twitch without any ads by subscribing to us. All right, let's just see what's in the cards for everybody today with a nice clean cut. These cards are huge, so I'm going to do my best to keep everything in the shot. We're starting out with a 4 of Cups. Lovely. We've got a 5 of Coins, not my favorite, but we'll get through it. And the 2 of Wands. All right, so let's just make sure I have room for all of you without obscuring anybody. All right, so the 4 of Cups is telling you that it's all about the spiritual practice. Now, what a lot of people do is they think, oh, that's great, I'm going to have spiritual practice. And then when they're confronted with something that they don't like, instead of leaning on that spiritual practice, they say, oh, I'm going to abandon that for the time being because I had to go fix this. And they don't understand that that's when you need the spiritual practice the most. That's why you have that practice, so that you have it there ready for you during times when you might need it, when you might need some help. See, the thing is if you are leaning on your spiritual practice to get your needs met, then you are going right straight to source. But if you're saying, oh, there appears to be a problem, like here with money, with this 5 of Coins, there appears to be a problem with money. So I'll come back to you later, spiritual practice, when everything's good, and I'm going to go fix this. And then we wonder what happens, because then when we try to go fix it without connecting to our spiritual source first, we seem to either not get the greatest results, or even things sometimes even get worse. So it's saying, if you are dealing with a fear about money, you go back to your source. You go back to your spiritual practice. Allow your needs to be met from a spiritual source. And that doesn't mean, abdicating responsibility. But if you go to your spiritual source first, what you are supposed to do will be made clear to you, so that you won't be spinning your wheels, wasting time, or even worse, doing things that dig you into problems even more. So it's not that you're going to just go to your spiritual practice and then go eat bonbons and watch soap operas all day and, please pay my bills for me, infinite intelligence. It's not necessarily that. It's that if you are, and when you are supposed to take action, the action will be inspired. And you'll get everything done perfectly because you'll be following guidance, rather than trying to do it all on your own and making a mess of things. which I don't know about you. I'm real good at doing that. So we don't want to do that. So here's the Two of Wands, and that's an impatience. That impatience maybe with your career or with something in your work, maybe your business isn't going, is having a slump, or things aren't going the way that you want it to go. Or maybe you're trying to get a job and you're not successful, or you're sick of your job, whatever. Being impatient with your work in the world is also tied up with this sphere of money. And again, if you are leaning on your spiritual practice, you would know what to do with your work. It would be obvious. And again, I don't want you to feel bad about yourself. I just want you to remind yourself, oh yeah, the spiritual practice isn't just for when things feel good. The spiritual practice is most important when things don't feel good, so that I can get my needs met. I can take inspired action and handle things. There's something very satisfying about being in the midst of a problem and then going to source and getting the solution and working through it and accomplishing that. You look back and you say, yeah, I did this. This stuff really works. I can really always make sure that things get taken care of if I'm divinely guided. But when I go in and try to rush in and do it myself, boy, do I make things worse, or at best delay things, or not get the full benefit. That may be you. With me, it's I mess it up. If I go in all by myself, I always mess it up. I always make it worse. And that's nothing bad about me. I'm not being down on myself. I'm just noticing the truth. Okay, so we have another impatience here. We have the World card, which is so important, on top of a 5 of coins and a lovely Ace of Wands. See, you're doing better than you think. You're doing better than you think. What happens is the ego says, it's not good enough. No matter what is presented to you, the ego is just like, no, it should be better. It should be different. It should be nicer. I remember when I was, not that this necessarily has anything to do with this reading, but I'm going to give you the story anyway. I remember I was being guided and led in my spiritual practice that I'm supposed to, have holy relationships with all the people in my life and everything. And then I got so excited. I'm going to go out and have holy relationships with all the people in my life. And then I started seeing the people in my life, and I was like really disappointed. I'm like, holy relationships with them? Ew. And it just started making me laugh once I realized I was the problem. I was the problem. Nothing was good enough, no matter who it was or what it was. And it really enlightened me to see that. And that's what this Two of Cups is you have all of this amazing connection to infinite intelligence, and the ego always wants to go, it's not quite good enough. You have the whole world. You literally have the whole world at your disposal. This World card is telling you that you actually have the winning hand. You have everything you need to overcome whatever these perceived financial problems are, and all of this impatience with your work, and all of that. Even this dissatisfaction with your spiritual self. Just realize that the ego will look at this and say, and it won't be quite good enough, no matter what it is. So if you're going through the nothing's quite good enough thing for you, recognize that that's the ego trying to put a sort of an overlay on your world so that you won't be happy, so that you won't get the success that you desire and deserve, and that you won't get these problems solved. You won't get the solutions that you so deserve. Right? Because the ego loves to work through what we call ennui. That sort of like, that's ennui. It's like, nothing's good enough. And instead of that, look underneath that ennui and say, wait a minute. There is something that my ego is trying to hide. What could that possibly be? And what that is passion. What that is absolute passion, absolute creative power to overcome. And it's more than just overcoming. That's more the Ace of Swords. So overcoming is probably not the right word. Let's redefine this. It's power to create. power to forge forward and really make a difference. All of this that you're dissatisfied with your work, or all of these money things that you think are so hard for you, all of this sort of ennui about your spiritual practice, what all of that dissatisfaction is trying to hide from you so that you don't take your power is this creative force field within you that wants to burst forth and just really literally take the world by storm. Take the world by storm in the best possible way. So I want to show you these little critters that are all around you. These represent the guardians of the four quarters. So this is the fixed sign of Aquarius, which is in the east and the air. This is the directions may not be on in this one, but this is the water. This is the west and the power of water, and this is the archangel Ariel. This is the archangel Samael, protection. This is the archangel Michael, protection, fire and south, and this is the archangel Anael in the north and earth. So, and don't worry if those angels don't make sense to you, because it's just a particular system I work with. But the only reason I'm telling you that is because you are protected. So you don't have to worry about making mistakes. You can go out there and do the thing that you need to do, and stop holding yourself back. Go for it. You've got so much creative energy. Let yourself be creative. Let those forces flow forward, and you'll notice that you break through this financial barrier. You break through this little lull in your business, and you definitely tell the ego thanks but no thanks on that bridge to nowhere, right? I am not going to be dissatisfied with my life. I'm going to be extremely passionate about my life. I'm going to really make it work. And how do you do that? By getting back again and again and again to that spiritual practice. And maybe you don't have a daily spiritual practice. Maybe you don't have something that's real specific and organized, but consider maybe doing that, because that's what this 4 is. This 4 is Jupiter. And Jupiter always likes order first, organization first, so that it has something to expand on. What it wants to expand on is everything. So maybe meditation is something that you are interested in learning. And that's one of the finest spiritual practices that there can be. If so, maybe if you don't know how to do it, listen to my Magic Minute lecture. You can learn how to meditate in as little as 60 seconds a day. That's it. That can be your starting point. Maybe work with. Maybe you want to do magic. You could learn how to do magic. Maybe you want to work with law of attraction. If that's your thing, you could learn how to do that. You just learning how to have that daily spiritual practice where you come back again and again and again, and you reconnect to your source that's beneath all of your thoughts, that's beneath all of those ego ideas, and then you're not as easily swayed by those ego thoughts of nothing's good enough, that sort of thing. That sort of, because what it really ultimately wants to do, which I don't ever want it to do, and it really ultimately can't, is to make you think that you're not good enough. That's what that's all about. Is if it can convince you that you're not good enough, then you're not going to even want to try. You're not even going to want to go out there. So if you go around with this, no, I'm just me, nothing's that great. If you let yourself do that, then it's got you. So don't do that. Get into that spiritual practice instead and realize, wait a minute, I'm a force to be reckoned with here. Look at me. I have the whole world. I'm completely surrounded by angels. I'm protected. I can go out and do whatever I want to do. I'm going to grab that wand and get busy. Right? So if you have a time today, listen to that meditation called Invoking the Circle of Angels. It's called Invoking the Circle of Angels. It's based on this world card. And you can find the link to the tarot meditations in this description of this video on my YouTube channel. Okay, I gotta go. This is a great reading. You're gonna do great. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. And thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Rachel, Lieri, and Dre. And we'll see everybody on Tuesday for another reading, because we're off on Monday. Blessed be.